Yo, what's good, TGB, man? It's your boy Bean, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking some more on Madden 23. Within this video is gonna contain, I'm gonna talk a little bit on current gen Madden 23, and I'm gonna then talk about some more overall ratings, man. So let's go ahead and hop into it. But before we hop into it, please be sure to check out those links down below in the description. Join the TGB Corp. Follow me on Twitter and follow me on TikTok. Now we can get right into it. Now, first things first, we're gonna start with the current gen information, and I have some really bad news, man. First things first, like I had already told you on a previous video that y'all are not getting any of the new features. Y'all aren't getting any of Field Sense features. So if y'all are watching these betas and watching these videos on these information, most of it, 99% of the new features are not coming to next gen. And yes, PC is gonna be considered a current gen console this year, which makes no sense because I feel like PC consoles are like one of the easiest to kind of implement new features to and on. But yeah, so that's basically all. That's gonna wrap it up for the current gen information. So as far as current gen, y'all aren't gonna have any of the new features. Like I said in my previous video, it's probably gonna be, they're gonna use a old engine, a old software, and just give it to y'all, whether it's the next gen from this Madden 22 or whatever they're gonna use. But y'all are gonna get a very similar game to what y'all have already seen, man. So if you have the current gen console, you might want to try an attempt to upgrade to that console. I mean, to the P5s and the newer Xboxes and things like that. If you are a heavy Madden player, because it's no need, like, I don't suggest wasting your money on a new Madden game when you're not getting any of the new features or anything like that. Now we can go ahead and hop into these newer overalls, man, because that's all I have to say about those current gen consoles, is the fact that they're not doing really much any changes to the current gen consoles. Now we have our overalls, and in today's video we're going to start off with every team's overall. And when I do these please be aware that these are subject to change, just for the simple fact that the game is about 2 months away from coming out. So all this information that I give y'all can change within those 2 months of the game coming out. That is why they dropped the beta, and let me speak on that for a little bit. From what I've heard in a lot of the Madden community, we've heard so much good things about it. I've heard it's the smoothest game we've ever seen, which is a great thing considering the new technology that's available to them. I'm glad to hear that it's very smooth. I heard from a lot of people who played the beta, I heard the zones are way better. Those one-play touchdowns with those deep posts and things like that, those are also way better. So that's what I heard. I heard a lot of good stuff, a lot of positive stuff from the beta. So if you're a Madden fan and you haven't got the chance to play the beta, just know everybody who got to play the beta, they have said amazing things. I haven't seen too much bad things about the beta. The only time I've seen or heard bad things about Madden 23 so far is from people who haven't actually got to play the game, and they're just expecting EA to do what they always do every year. So yeah, so now we're back to these teams overall, and like I said, these are subject to change over the course of these next 2 months until the game actually gets released. But here we have it. The number 1 overall team is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is no surprise. Then we have the Bills, the Rams, the Chiefs, then the Chargers. Those are the top 5 teams, man, and I can totally agree. Based off all the offseason moves they made, I agree with this list. I feel like when Madden does their team overall, they don't really go wrong too much. And then we have the next 5. We have Green Bay, Ravens, Raiders, Browns, and the Bengals. Now, as far as these, like I said, I'm just gonna read them off to y'all, because you really can't really mess these up. Like, it's very hard to mess up team overalls in the rankings and things like that to have it super controversial. Now let's go ahead and go through 11 through 20. We have the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Cardinals, Titans, Saints, Eagles, Colts, Broncos, Steelers, Dolphins. Now, a team that I would like to see a little bit higher might be the Broncos. They made some offseason changes that I felt like they could probably boost their overall a little bit. And the Dolphins probably could be a little higher considering they just got Tyreek Hill. But I guess that doesn't make the full, you feel me, team. Now for 21 through 32, we have the Patriots, the Vikings, who are a little low in my opinion as far as Madden overalls and ratings and things like that, because I feel like they have a lot of good talent. They just don't perform in real life and they can't close games. But after them, we have Washington, the Giants, Seattle, Jets, Bears, Jags, Falcons, Lions, and then we have the Texans and the Panthers, with the Panthers being the worst team in Madden 23, which is no surprise. They do have a horrible roster. And so yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now let's get to our real ratings and things like that for our players, because that's what really matters, is the player ratings. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all the safeties ratings and the defensive tackle rating. Now, first things first, we're going to start off with the safety ratings, and here we have it. Our number one safety is going to be Derwin James this year at 95 overall X Factor. Now, we do have a tie here with Tyrann Mathieu. We have Derwin James and Tyrann Mathieu both tied for that number one safety spot. They both are 95 overall safeties, which is pretty accurate to me. I feel like Derwin James and Tyrann Mathieu are two of the best safeties within the game. Then we have Budda Baker, Justin Simmons, and Kevin Byard, which is, I totally agree with those three overalls, with those being the three next best safeties. And then we have Jesse Bates. I do feel like Jesse Bates can be the same overall as Justin Simmons and Kevin Byard, but I'm one of those who's okay with him being a 90 overall, considering, like I said, these are subject to change over the next 2 months, and these mid-season updates, they're gonna change throughout the season anyway. Then we have the safety Minkah Fitzpatrick, Micah Hyde, Harrison Smith, and Jamal Adams. Now, one thing I don't agree with, based off the performance of Jamal Adams, how he's been playing over the past seasons with the Seahawks. In my opinion, I think it's almost time to take away his superstar ability. I don't feel like he's been playing at a level to where he deserves a superstar ability, but I can't really trip off that too much, man. So yeah, so now we can go ahead and hop into our defensive tackles. Now, as far as our defensive tackles go, man, no surprise here. Our number one defensive tackle is going to be Aaron Donald, who's a part of the 99 club. I believe we already went through this in a video, that he's going to be a part of the 99 club. But then following up behind Aaron Donald at the D tackle position, we have Cam Hayward, Jones. We got Vita Vea, D-Buck, Fletcher Cox, Jonathan Allen, Simmons, Kenny Clark, and Calais Campbell. Now, those are going to be the top 10 D tackles, man. As y'all can see, I believe they took away Calais Campbell's superstar ability, because I think he had it in Madden 22, or he got it towards the end of Madden 22, and they just took it away from him and dropped him down to an 86 overall. Now, as far as these other D tackles, man, I feel like they have some good overalls here with these D tackles. I do feel like they have them in the correct order, and hopefully, because one thing I did hear about the beta is that D lines in Madden 23 is absolutely, it's going to be a problem. You're going to have to make quicker reads and things like that. You're not going to be able to buy yourself as much times as you were able to buy yourself for those one-play touchdowns that are still in the game. They're just not as crazy. You're gonna have to find a way to buy you some time for those plays and things like that. So hopefully with these D tackles, is they kind of find a balance. Hopefully that the D-line isn't too overpowered to where, like, I'm struggling to throw a 10-yard dig or anything like that. But as far as these overall goes, man, we got some pretty accurate overalls. I'm not really disappointed in any of these overalls. I can't think of anybody who's missing from these two, from the safety list and the D tackles list. And so yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. Hopefully they keep dropping some more Madden 23 news, because so far, man, it looks like it could possibly be the most skillful Madden we've ever seen, man. As y'all know, a lot of these Madden, they had a meta within the game that's just been completely overpowered, and it ruins the game every year. Now, as far as Madden 23 goes, yes, I do believe that there is going to be somebody who's going to come in, find a meta, and people are going to run that. But hopefully we get those mid-season patches and things like that. I feel like that's a big place where Madden goes wrong and EA goes wrong, is they don't update their game enough to kind of change the meta and things like that, or kind of fix things here and there. If they notice that somebody's spamming this, that, and the third, and there's completely no stop to it, like wheel routes, I feel like they should be able to step in and create a patch and change up a little bit of stuff to kind of fix things like that, man. But yeah, that should pretty much cap off the video, man. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, sub up and comment down below what type of content you like to see from me in the future. And don't forget to check out those links in the description.